Did you know that Lucifer was one of the most powerful angels in heaven? He wasn't just any angel. He was a guardian cherub, adorned with beauty and splendor, leading the heavenly choirs in worship of God. His position was one of unmatched glory and closeness to the Creator. But something remarkable happened. This exalted being, once so devoted to God, let pride take root in his heart. Lucifer's ambition grew, and he dared to challenge the very throne of God, leading a rebellion in heaven. What followed was a cosmic battle, but through it all, one question stands out. But where was God during this upheaval? But before we delve in this fascinating narration, hit that subscription button and embark on this enlightening journey with us. In the radiant heights of heaven, where celestial beings stood in the presence of divine glory, there was none as radiant or as honored as Lucifer. A being of unmatched beauty and brilliance, Lucifer held the esteemed title of the guardian cherub. His was not just a role of service, but of supreme leadership among the heavenly hosts, adorned with splendor that reflected the divine craftsmanship of his Creator. Precious stones shimmered across his being, and he walked among the fiery stones of heaven, his steps resonating with a celestial harmony that added to the magnificent order of creation. Lucifer's place was not merely as one among the angels, but as a leader of worship, guiding the angelic choirs in their praise of God. His voice was at the forefront of the cosmic symphony that echoed through the heavenly courts. Every note of his leadership embodied divine grace, and with each moment spent in God's direct presence, Lucifer was imbued with wisdom and holiness. His proximity to God was unparalleled, a symbol of his elevated status and privilege in the celestial hierarchy. Yet this proximity to the divine, coupled with his own beauty, became the root of his undoing. As time passed, Lucifer began to admire his reflection in the adoration of his peers. What was once humble service in the worship of the Almighty became a reflection of his growing sense of pride. His once pure focus on God shifted inward, and a seed of ambition took root. He began to imagine himself not as a servant, but as one who could rival the very Creator. This desire festered within him, slowly transforming his heart. Lucifer, who had once reveled in the perfection of God's creation, now yearned for more. His pride distorted his understanding, convincing him that he deserved equal, if not greater, adoration than God himself. This pride led him to conspire against the divine order, whispering rebellion into the ears of his fellow angels. The once harmonious heavens began to tremble as Lucifer's ambition grew. A faction of angels, swayed by his charm and the allure of his vision for a new order, joined him. What began as a thought of self-glorification soon became a full-scale insurrection. The heavens, a place of eternal praise and unity, now reverberated with discord as angels took sides. Lucifer's rebellion culminated in a great cosmic battle. On one side, he and his rebellious followers prepared to seize the heavenly throne. On the other, the loyal angels, led by the archangel Michael, stood ready to defend God's sovereignty. The once tranquil skies were now the stage for a clash that would shape the fate of the universe. The battle was fierce, with wings clashing and celestial swords blazing with the light of righteousness. Despite the strength of Lucifer's forces, they were no match for the power of God's loyal angels. Michael, a warrior of unmatched valor, led the charge, and with a resounding victory, Lucifer and his followers were cast out of heaven. Stripped of his former glory, Lucifer fell from grace, transformed into Satan, the adversary. The once magnificent guardian cherub, now a dragon, became a symbol of rebellion, deceit, and darkness. During Lucifer's rebellion, God was neither absent nor passive. Instead, he remained firmly seated on his throne, demonstrating his absolute sovereignty and control over the unfolding events. The imagery of God sitting on his throne conveys a sense of authority and calm assurance. Despite the chaos and celestial conflict, God's position was unshaken. In Psalm 2:4, God's laughter is described as a response to those who attempt to challenge his authority. This laughter is not mocking, but reflects his supreme confidence. It reveals that God is never threatened by rebellion, as he knows the outcome is secure under his rule. This rebellion, while significant, was part of a divine plan God had already anticipated. It underscores that no force, however powerful, can challenge or overthrow the Creator. His authority remains absolute, and his dominion is unassailable. Imagine a father who has raised his son with love, wisdom, and guidance. Throughout his childhood, the father has shared valuable lessons, nurtured his son's strengths, and instilled a sense of respect for authority and the values of their family. However, as the son reaches his teenage years, he begins to feel invincible and starts to rebel against his father's teachings. He thinks he knows better, and he believes he can forge his own path, disregarding the guidance he received. In this scenario, the father watches his son's rebellion unfold, but he does not panic or react with anger. Instead, he remains calm and confident, knowing that his son is still learning and that this phase is a part of growing up. The father understands that the rebellion is significant, but sees it as an opportunity for growth. He knows his son will eventually face the consequences of his choices, and he trusts that this experience will teach him valuable lessons. The father's laughter in this situation may be likened to God's response in Psalm 2:4. It is not laughter born of mockery or disdain. Rather, it is a reflection of the father's supreme confidence in his own wisdom and authority. He knows that, despite his son's defiance, the foundation of love, values, and guidance he provided will ultimately prevail. The father understands that, while the son may rebel now, he will eventually come to recognize the importance of those teachings. This analogy illustrates that just as the father is not threatened by his son's rebellion, God is not threatened by Lucifer's uprising. God's authority remains intact, and he knows the outcome of the rebellion is secure. The father's calm demeanor amid his son's rebellion exemplifies the trust and confidence that come from a deep understanding of one's role and purpose. Similarly, God's sovereignty and divine plan assure that no force, however powerful, can ultimately challenge or overthrow the Creator. The defeat of Lucifer was not just a victory for heaven, but a testament to the eternal truth. No force, however ambitious or powerful, can overthrow the Creator. The rebellion's failure was a profound reminder of God's unshakable dominion. Cast down from heaven, Lucifer and his followers now roam the earth, their rebellion not forgotten, but transformed into an eternal struggle between good and evil. Lucifer changed his name to Satan after his rebellion against God. The name Lucifer means light bringer or morning star, reflecting his original status as a beautiful and exalted angel in heaven. However, when he chose to rebel against God, seeking to usurp divine authority and lead a faction of angels in defiance, he underwent a transformation that marked his fall from grace. The name Satan, which means adversary or accuser, signifies his new role as the enemy of God and humanity. This change in name represents a profound shift in his identity and purpose. No longer the glorious being who led worship in heaven, Satan became the embodiment of opposition to God, embodying deception, temptation, and malevolence. Satan, in his new role, continues to oppose God's will, seeking to lead humanity astray, just as he once led the angels. But even in this, God's plan prevails. The story of Lucifer's rebellion is a stark reminder of the dangers of pride and ambition, and it calls for humility and steadfast faith in the face of temptation. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiring content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you, so leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.